My name is Sarah for ZacksTV.com, and we're at ACen.
Hello, this is Ian Noel Camalotis, and I'm here at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois for ACen's senior year. Yes, Anime Central is turning 18 this year, and it looks to be one of their biggest years this year, with a lot of great guests, especially musical guest Scandal from Japan, making Anime Central as part of their US tour, as well as a lot of great events and photo shoots, panels as they usually do. So why don't you join me and let's check it out this year. As we gather here for the seniors of ACen 2015, we look back on the fond memories of the past 18 years. Starting back in 1998, with only 1,203 attendees, Anime Central has grown to become one of the most famous and biggest anime conventions in the United States. Companies like Aniplex, Funimation, Dark Horse Manga, Bandai Namco, and many others have supported this celebration for all types of fandoms. Year after year, attendees got to meet those who work in the animation industry, such as voice actors and artists, and have been treated by some of the newest and up-and-coming acts in the world today. This being the senior year for ACen, the variety of panels has grown by leaps and bounds, and more educational panels into pop culture in Asia and the Pacific have been brought to the forefront. One of the most famous all-girl bands, Scandal, made ACen one of their stops on their Hello World tour and treated audiences to a fun rock concert at the Rosemont Theater. Along with the raves, attendees were given a chance to enjoy their ACen senior year with the Senior Prom Formal as part of their festivities this year. Looking out now to all these graduates, I only hope for great things in the future for all, and that we never lose the friendships we have forged over the weekend and throughout the years. Congratulations to the class of 2015. Hailing from Japan, one of the most famous all-girl bands, Scandal, gave a live performance at the Rosemont Theater as part of their Hello World tour, which included Mexico City, Hong Kong, Anaheim and Los Angeles, California, London, and Paris, to name a few. This group debuted back in 2008 and have already 2 albums under the Sony banner, as well as anime tie-in songs featured in the animes Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Pokemon, to name a few. Check out their music on iTunes as well as their music videos on YouTube. This year's guests included Alexis Tipton, known for playing Chibi Japan from the anime Hitalia.
You know, if you're talking to someone and it's a director, you probably want to be nice to that person. You want to be nice to them anyway, but, and it's one of those things where this is just sort of a thing for life anyway. Like, I'll always be kind to somebody because you never know what they are going through, so just don't be unkind to people in general. But in this industry, you never know when you're talking to somebody that might do you a favor one day because, oh, hey, I had such a nice time talking to you. You seem like a person I'd really like to work with. Okay, great, So just, always be nice to people. It's just a good rule.
Anime historian Helen McCarthy also made an appearance at ACen this year to bring her wealth of knowledge of anime to the attendees.
Oh, well, actually, one of the reasons that I love being at conventions is that thing of seeing things you don't know. Because for me, the most interesting thing is always the road that you haven't started down yet, the door that you haven't opened yet. And it's an odd contradiction because I'm very much a believer in living in the moment. But part of living in the moment is seeing, something you don't know and thinking, wow, great costume, where does that come from? What's that design? Who's that director? Who's that person? What's this artist doing? What's this writer doing? What are all these people at the convention going to be doing with the experience that they have here? So for me, that's what keeps me engaged and keeps me interested. The fact that there are so many different things going on, happening all around me. It's like being in the middle of one of those kaleidoscopes you have in your head. It's fun.
One of the newest voice actresses, Bryn April, most known for her role as Crystal Lenz from the anime Attack on Titan, was able to talk about how she started her career while she was a junior in high school just 2 years ago, and how she transitioned from high school to the anime industry and studying in college.
I was getting ready to do my college auditions because I was pursuing musical theater. And you have to audition for every single program. And you prepare a monologue, and if it's musical theater, you prepare some songs. So I was getting that together, and I was working with an acting coach to help with my monologues. And when we were all done and all the auditions were over, and I was like, thank you so much, you really helped me, you want to go to dinner? So we did, and I started asking her about the work that she did, and her name is Ellen Losey. And I started asking her about things, and one of the things she mentioned was Funimation. And I've always been an anime fan, and I was like, Funimation, what? And I was like, did you like live in California or something at some point? And she was like, they're in Texas. And I was like, what? Like, they're not like gods that live up in heaven? I was like, they're here? And she's like, yeah, and they have open calls. If you're interested in that, go do it. I mean, if nothing comes for it, even just for the audition experience. So I was like, okay. So I sent in my information. She gave me the website. I sent in my information to get on their open call list. And I was like, it's going to be like 5 years. It was that year. I got into the open calls like within the next few months. And at that point, it was pretty crazy because I was actually in Oklahoma doing Les Mis. So they're like, hey, we're having our open calls. You want to come down and show us what you got? And I was like, yeah. So I drove down there after rehearsal one day, and I started reading through the slide book and everything, did the open call audition, and the next week they called me in for Fairy Tale. And so it was actually very shockingly fast from what I've heard, that usually it's like you send in stuff for the open call and then you have to wait for the open call to come, and I just got really lucky with everything. It was amazing.
With the release of the new Sailor Moon Crystal English voiceover dub, cast members from the series gave us a view on their characters and what drew them to this project. 4 out of the 5 main Sailor Scout voice actresses were in attendance, as well as the very versatile Sandy Fox, who provides the voice of Sailor Chibi Moon and many other character voices on the show.
Maybe there might be a competition, but we all had NDAs.
Audition for everything?
Audition for everything.
Yeah,
So I feel like it wasn't like, oh, you auditioned for this part. Like, I didn't know who else was auditioning.
Yeah. We didn't even know who got cast once we all got cast.
Yeah.
We would see each other at sessions and be like,
I think I
oh, we found out at Sailor Moon
Yeah.
session. And I think we were, yeah, congratulations. I found out that I got cast in Sailor Moon when I was on my way to my rehearsal dinner for my wedding. And so I saw Christina a couple weeks later, and she goes, congratulations. And I was like, oh, she must be in Sailor Moon. And I was like, congratulations to you too. And she goes, I didn't get married. And I was like, all right. Okay.
That other big event.
I know. It all happened at the same time, and it was so painful because everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're getting married. Are you excited? I was like, yeah, I got the coolest wedding present ever. And everyone's like, what was it? I go, I can't talk about it.
It's not even weird or creepy, it's just an
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes.
Dancing was a big thing at ACen 2015, with not only the raves and the senior prom formal, but also surprise performances as well. Pop dance performers showed off their skill throughout the whole weekend to the tunes of some of the biggest names in the Asian pop world. Another noticeable dance at ACen this year was the flash mob dance performance that took place in the lobby area of the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. A fun and an entertaining performance with a heartfelt message to end the whole show.
That's really nice. And you guys have been doing it 3 years now?
Yes, this is the third year we've been doing it.
At the end, there was something very special, and I saw you get a little emotion. Could you explain a little bit more how the choreography ended and what was so meaningful about it?
Well, this year, Rooster Teeth's Monty Ohm passed away tragically, and since this year his show has gotten so big, especially at conventions like these, we just had to do something special. So we talked for a little bit. We discussed and planned what exactly we're going to do, as like he gave so much to this community. We want to give a little something back, and we decided to do a tribute at the end of our yearly flash mob so that it would appease the public and also have hopefully an impact on not just Anime Central but anybody who likes Rooster Teeth, especially Monty's family.
This year created a lot of memories for all who attended ACen and brings anticipation for what is to come in the following years. Well, this is Ian Noel Camelotus for ZacksTV.com, and we'll see you next time.
This is our time. We look back at the memories gone by. We'll always have each other, won't forget one another. As time passes away, we step towards a new day. No matter what road we each take, our memories are the ones we make. We'll always have each other.